Hey everybody, Father Mike here, getting ready for Mass in the Rectory. Just thought I'd check in since we can't be together in church and maybe say a word or two about today's readings so you can check them out at home. Today's first readings from the prophet Isaiah, who, speaking for God, paints what we might call a pretty positive vision of the future. He says, "You won't even remember the difficulties of your past, and there will be no more crying and weeping, and there'll be rejoicing all the time, and no one whose life is cut short by tragedy and misfortune." And it would be easy to look at that and criticize and say, well, that's wishful thinking and hard to relate. But I don't think that's what it is. I think what Isaiah is doing is powerfully naming all the different ways that suffering and disappointment and hurt and resentment work their ways into our lives. You know, in our relationships, in our work, in our plans for the future, in the ways that we hurt one another sometimes and get hurt. I think what Isaiah is doing is trying to say that God sees it all and has already made a decision about you, seeing it all. I'm going to raise you up. I'm going to do right by you. And that work of doing right by you and by me has already begun. It's a call to a twofold recognition. We have to name our hurts to bring them for healing. Human life is like that. It's full of misfortune and various forms of difficulty and suffering, and yet it's also full of the grace and the promise of a redeeming God who's already made a decision about you and me. I'm going to do right by you. Hold on. And maybe the work of conversion and prayer in Lent is just that. It's holding on to a promise like that and also allowing our life and our work to be a part of the redemption that's already begun among us. God bless you. Let's keep each other in our prayers.